In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use the new WP Rocket MCP and connect your Claude Desktop, or even Codex if you want, to manage the performance of all your clients' websites in one single chat. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can do that using Claude Desktop. I'm going to show you how you can generate PDF reports to showcase the performance metrics for each of your clients' websites. Then I'm going to show you how you can easily add some pages to Rocket Insights just from a simple request in the chat without you having to log into any website. Then you can easily go and scan all your WordPress websites to check if there are some issues or some room for improvement. It's a great service that you can add to your clients, for example. And then one of my favorite features, if you have a website that performs particularly well, where you have crafted all your WP Rocket settings in a very specific way, and you want to copy the same settings and configuration for all of your other clients' websites, you can now do that just by requesting it to Claude in one simple sentence. One important thing to know is that WP Rocket is the first WordPress performance plugin that will give your AI access to your website directly using MCP. And this AI feature is included for free for all WP Rocket licenses. Now, don't worry, because I'm going to guide you step by step in the configuration process, and you will need basically 3 steps. The first one is to have Claude Desktop installed on your computer. The second one is to have WP Rocket 3.23 or higher versions installed on your WordPress website. And third thing, you need to create an application password for each website that you want to connect to Claude. Let's go ahead and create now your application passwords. You need to go to your admin user, you click on it, and you scroll down into the profile page as soon as you find the application passwords settings. Now here you can give a name to this password, WP Rocket AI Assistant, and you can click on Add Application Password. Be careful here because it will be shown only once. I click on Copy, and I put it in my notes. You should do this for all the websites that you want to connect. If you're confident with editing JSON files manually, you can go ahead and click on the settings here. You select Developer here, and you click on Edit Config. This will open up a direct link to the configuration file of Claude Desktop. You can find it here, and you can open it up using a simple text reader. I'll leave you below this specific link of the official WP Rocket documentation, where it explains to you how you can connect WP Rocket MCP to Claude. And in this case, you just need to scroll down here and copy and paste this specific code with the data of your website, of course, which are the API URL. So you just need to put your website domain here, and then your API username, which is your admin username, and then here your application password, the one that we just created together. So if you want to do this manually, you go ahead and copy this. And if you need to add multiple websites, you should copy them in this format here. But if you do not want to do all this manually, you can just go and ask your Claude Code to do that. Be sure to open up your Claude Desktop and select the code mode. Then you start a new session and you ask to configure an MCP connection for all your desired WordPress websites. And for each and every website, you specify your URL and your admin username. Then, in this case, I've asked also to use a simple placeholder for the application password, because I'll paste it in myself in the file, because it's more secure like this. And I ask Claude to add all this data to Claude Desktop config JSON, using the format specified in WP Rocket documentation. Since you're asking to edit this file, maybe just save it and create a backup or a copy of this file for you, to be sure that nothing gets lost in case Claude accidentally delete it, for example, and replace the content. If you want to use my same prompt, I will leave it for free to you to copy and paste in the description box down below. Let's go ahead and press enter. Now it is asking us if Claude can edit the Claude Desktop config JSON file, which is exactly what we wanted. So we go ahead and click on allow once. All right, now Claude has added for me all these MCP servers. I see the first one connected to my website unoplugins.com, the second one is wproads.com, and the third one is this one, which is just a testing website. Are they already working and ready to use? Of course not, because I need to paste inside the application passwords, the real ones, and then I need to restart Claude Desktop. Let's do that. So I'll copy and paste my 3 application passwords inside the file. I go back here to Settings, Developer, Edit Config, and I will open up again my config file. It added all the MCP details here to the top of the file, and I also checked that the rest of the file has been unchanged. That's great. And so I can copy and paste here my application password. Now I simply go and save this file. All right, done. I will go back now to my Claude, and I will simply close it and reload it. Now I will create a new session, and I ask if the connection is ready. Is WP Rocket MCP connection ready to use? Okay, we will allow here. Yes, the WP Rocket MCP connection is ready to use. Great. Let's go ahead and ask something. Tell me the performance of the home pages of the 3 websites. All right. And now here I have all my reports. You see, this is the first website, then the other one, and so on. And now that your websites are connected, you can go ahead and ask Claude to do any important performance task inside your websites. Let's ask to Claude, are there any performance optimizations that I'm missing on unoplugins.com, which is a new website where I just installed WP Rocket, and let's see what it will come up with. And let's go and check here all the settings that are recommended here by Claude. There are 9 settings, and they can really improve the overall speed of my website. I'll go ahead and ask to do that for me. All right, all 9 settings have been now enabled on my website. That's great, you see. Let's ask for a question here. Add the Uno AI Studio launch page to Rocket Insights monitoring in unoplugins.com website. All right. Done is now being monitored in Rocket Insights. The first score will be available in a few minutes. Want me to trigger an immediate test and pull results? Yes. Test now. Now it's going to check back in 60 seconds. All right. And here I have my full report. That's great. Excellent result. Now, if I have many clients' websites and I know that a specific setup that I made in WP Rocket for one of my websites, it is working pretty well and I want to apply it to all the others, I can go ahead and do that. For example, now I will ask a report of all the settings that I have done on my wproads.com website. And I also ask Claude to see if there are some settings that we do not have yet configured on unoplugins.com based on my wproads.com configuration. This is great. I was mentioning when you have many different websites of your clients and you want to apply a similar configuration to a new created website, for example, without having to do that by hand. And all right, now this is the report, and let's go and check out what it is telling us to do here. All right. Okay, so here is the full report. So it is telling me all the different settings that we are using on wproads.com, which is my main website. And it is also telling us that if we compare this to unoplugins.com, my second website, there are some gaps. For example, there are some settings that are not yet active on the second website. And if we do that, we can improve the performance of the second website. So let's go ahead and apply these. Yes. Yes, proceed. All right, so now I'm asking Claude to apply these settings into my unoplugins.com website so that we're matching the same configuration that we have on wproads.com. All right, and of course, you have to know that you can do this also if you have hundreds of websites. This is the magic. All right, all done. And now I'll go ahead and ask Claude to generate a PDF report of the performance of the wproads.com website. Let's go ahead and see what it will create. Okay, let me check it out now. And here is my report. Look, we have the global summary, the page-by-page results, the homepage, the blog tutorial page, my best WordPress tools page, and all these are the pages that I am actively monitoring in Rocket Insights. And this report is ready to be sent to my client, for example. And I can ask to generate them automatically each week for each and every website that I run. That's awesome, right? So basically now using WP Rocket MCP connection, you can do whatever you want regarding performance for your WordPress websites. And it becomes very easy for you to manage hundreds of websites for all of your clients in one single place. Let's now test one last prompt. Now I asked Claude to check if there are some pages that need to be improved regarding performance, and it's going to scan all my connected websites and tell me if there is something going wrong on one of those. And this is a super important feature if you run dozens of websites for your clients and you need to be sure that they are always up and running at their best. And now here it says that all scores are pretty good, so 100 on 100. So nothing is technically failing, but looking at the raw metrics, a few pages stand out with room to improve. So it tells me, for example, that the homepage here can improve. And on WP Road's website, it says that the TBT is slightly elevated and can be optimized. Now I will ask to retest since those values were taken before our updates, and we'll see what it will come up with. As you can see here, it handled all the tests in parallel, which is great when you have dozens of websites to manage and control. And now here, after the tests, I can see that I improved actually from 98 to 100 on GTmetrix for my homepage here. And the structure also went up from 95 to 99. And I have all the details and even some recommendation given to me by Claude. And as you can see down here, I have also the same results for the performance metrics of all the other pages of my other websites. So in one single chat, I can monitor many different websites, I can take action, and I can also have advice from Claude that can also immediately go ahead and jump inside the website and tweak settings and start monitoring pages and do whatever we want. And now on the go, I just remembered that I want to add 2 pages of my website Uno plugins to Rocket Insights to keep them monitored. And I simply ask Claude to do that. It is retrieving the URL from the sitemap and done. All right. Now it says also that these are the 3 pages that I'm actively monitoring right now. This is great. Let me know what do you think about WP Rocket MCP. If you have any question or feedback, drop me a line in the comment section below. I'm very curious to know your thoughts about this new feature. If you haven't checked it out yet, go ahead and watch this video where I show you how I went from 64 to 99 on Google page speed using just WP Rocket. I hope to see you in this video, and until then, I wish you all the best with all your WordPress projects. My name is Pascal, this is WP Roads, and I see you in the next one.